Welcome to Sports Savvy TV. Well, it appears ESPN has put their plan into effect. We all know Shannon Sharpe was recently let go by ESPN because of his nonsense that he got into, with the model chick, the chick that took more money from him than he made in his NFL career. Well, Shannon Sharpe thought he was going to be able to get his job back, and that's not happening. ESPN has an image to uphold, and this seems like they standing on business, man. Because check this out. Shannon Sharpe has officially been replaced with the one and only Cam Newton, the 36-year-old former MVP winner, the guy who refused to dive on the ball in the Super Bowl against the Broncos. That guy, the guy who has a fun personality, the guy who has his own podcast, 4th and 1 with Cam Newton, the guy who always dresses like a clown, the guy who always delivers just awful takes, the guy who thinks he's a top 10 quarterback of all time. That guy has replaced Shannon Sharpe. Can someone check on Shannon Sharpe? It's one thing to lose your job, but once you see who replaces you, that has to sting. When you look at Cam Newton, he brings his own crowd. He's younger. He can talk the game like Shannon Sharpe, but not as good as Shannon Sharpe. So ESPN felt that was the right move. Man. Listen to me when I tell you this. I'm a fan of the game, but Cam Newton, he rubs me the wrong way. He just seems like he's corny. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but the guy seems to be just a little bit too corny for me. With his bow ties and his clown hats and his clown suit. The only thing that he be missing is the clown nose. I think ESPN hired this guy to really tell Shannon Sharpe, look what you made us do. You made us hire this clown because you couldn't be smarter out here. I think ESPN hired Cam Newton so they could just laugh at that guy. Because ain't no way he about to come on First Take and be able to talk with Stephen A. Smith and the rest of them guys. He just not ready for that. You know what I'm saying? I really believe that Cam Newton will not last long. ESPN is owned by Disney, so they want the younger guys up in there. The guys who's always smiling. Like, look at this picture on your screen. They want guys up in there who gonna put on the clown suit and give them a show. Shannon Sharpe really wasn't that type of guy like that, Shannon Sharpe had that big audience. That's why ESPN rocked with him. Cam is not going to last, man. No, he just not. If you can remember, Cam Newton, he been popping up on ESPN, doing little segments. Wasn't nothing major. He done hit the big time now. He signed a multi-year deal. That's crazy. He got big shoes to fill. And how I see it, he's not going to be able to fill Shannon Sharpe's shoes. Now, at times, Shannon Sharpe, he could be a bozo. But, man, Cam Newton, not that far from him, man. Basically, this is just ESPN trying to grab that younger audience that Cam Newton has. You see, Shannon Sharpe had a big audience because he was a fan of LeBron James. Shannon Sharpe really, he was for the older guys. Cam, he could relate to the younger guys more, and that's what ESPN wants. Cam Newton, he be on YouTube and all that, playing college football, Madden and all that. ESPN see that. They want them viewers. When I look at Cam Newton, he acts like a child. He dresses like a child. He's not going to be able to debate with Stephen A. Smith. He's going to get chewed up, man. You know? He's arrogant at times. He could only put on that show for so long. And your real true colors and your ways are going to show. You know, this is why a lot of folks don't really watch ESPN anymore. Because it's not about sports talk no more. It's more about your image. You know? It's ridiculous. You gonna tell me Cam Newton about to get on ESPN First Take with football season about to start up and really give the folks good takes? I just don't see it, man, at all. You know, this is like a temp job for Cam Newton. Cam Newton is not a professional like that. As soon as he get mad or something don't go his way, he get showed up, you're going to see the real Cam Newton. And ESPN not going to hesitate. They're going to let him go and go find the next clown who's willing to sign that contract, multi-deal contract. You know? Man, it's crazy, man. I ain't hating on Cam Newton. Get your bag. But guess what? When you get that bag, make sure you know what you're doing, man. Not all money is good money, man. Yeah, that Disney money might look good, but there's a whole lot of things that come with that Disney money. You ain't gonna be able to be yourself. Ain't no way. Cam Newton just give me Urkel vibes, man. He just give me Urkel vibes. You feel me? That's not what's up. Like when you look at all the guys that could have replaced Shannon Sharpe, ESPN went with Cam Newton. Cam Newton, folks. This gonna be a disaster waiting to happen. Just like Stephen A. Smith always says, but the Cowboys. Just wait. It's coming, folks. Another thing. When has Cam Newton sports takes ever been taken seriously? Like when folks listen to Cam Newton, they be laughing. And I'm being honest. They be like, man, what's wrong with this dude, man? He don't know what he talking about. He look a hot mess. Why is he even on TV? Why folks even watching this guy? Man, I'm telling you what I be hearing. It's not just me. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Cam Newton signing a multi-year deal with ESPN, man. I'll see y'all on the next one.